All right. Hello, everyone. I have a new microphone and I honestly can't tell. I feel like it looks weird in the frame. I don't know how to get it out of the frame. And I actually don't know if it's working. So let me know if you guys can hear me. Anyway, welcome to Monday night's California EDD Unemployment Live. I'm Shelly from the channel Shelly's Millions. I think you guys know that. Myra wants to know if anyone knows about the Golden State Stimulus 2. What day in September will it go out? I am Googling that right now. 4 weeks ago. I feel like I saw the middle of September. Is this sound better than the sound that I normally have on my lives? That's the goal. And I've had this microphone since not November 2020. No, yeah, November 2020. I got it for Black Friday and I was scared to use it. Can I tell if I turn it up? No, that doesn't that doesn't tell me anything, and it might pick up a lot of background noise. Anyway, I'm glad that you guys can hear me. Let me know if it gets too loud. I don't know. Anyway, what other unemployment questions do you have? Okay, Eddie says, "Hello, I've been pending for 2 weeks on a new claim. What does that mean?" So normally if it's a brand new claim, you actually can stay pending for up to 3 weeks while they send your claim to a third party for review. So in about one more week, you can call the EDD and ask them to go ahead and push the payments through, but most likely you are just part of a third party review. Okay. Huh. But did it sound bad before? That's the part that I don't know. Also, I have to keep an eye on my phone because we had a bunch of screenings at my work today, which are normally pretty busy. And apparently, while we had two screenings going on, the fire alarm just went off, which means they have to evacuate. So I may have to go back to work because we also had two people call out. So if I have to suddenly leave tonight, well, I'll update you, but I might have to suddenly leave because there was a fire alarm at my work, so I might need to go back. Okay. Okay. April says, if they do extend our PEUC after September 4th and give us an extension later in September or October, will we have to process a whole new claim or will our old claim still be accessible? Okay, so a couple things. I skimmed because I was at work today, but I do believe that some text on that new stimulus bill has come out, and I don't think that there was anything in terms of unemployment extension in there. There may be some other programs that might offer some help, like with utilities and things like that. But in terms of extended unemployment, I don't think that was in there. However, you guys know it's going to be a lot of back and forth until a final decision is made and that the infrastructure bill is signed into law. So something could get added, but it's very unlikely. It would need support of all the Democrats, and there are at least two that have said that they will not support an unemployment extension. However, okay, but if it did get in there in September or October, keep in mind you can't open a new claim until your benefit year is over. So if your benefit year is totally over, that's when you could file a new claim. And I don't know, if if the current extensions expire September 4th and something else wasn't implemented until October or November, it's impossible to say how they would handle that. Hopefully they would be doing it because they would know that there were too many of us still unemployed that needed benefits. So I can't imagine that they would have us open a new claim. A lot of us can't open a new claim. A lot of us wouldn't be able to qualify for a new claim. Keep in mind that that's originally one of the things that the PUA program covered, though, was people that didn't have enough earnings to qualify for a new claim. Like if you had just started a new job or something like that, then you could potentially qualify for PUA even if you couldn't qualify for a traditional unemployment claim. So if PUA got extended, then even if they did make us file a new claim and you didn't qualify, they would most likely be able to put us on a PUA claim. Mickey says old timers are all in. What does that mean? Like all in for the night? Maybe. But welcome to the 99 of you, 105 of you that are in. If you could take a minute and like the video, I would really appreciate that. Also, please let me know if you guys are regulars on my live. I got this new microphone. I don't want to pick it up. Let me know if the sound is better. You guys, I was so intimidated to use this microphone. I'm scared of technology. I don't like it, which is funny because I'm doing YouTube, which is very, very technological, I feel like. But most of my videos I record from my phone, and this is just the built-in webcam on my computer. So I've had this microphone in a box since November, and I didn't take it out because it looked scary on the box. And turns out all you have to do is plug it in. So I feel stupid. And you guys could have had better audio this whole time, but let me know if the audio is actually better because I don't hear a difference on my end. Black Dragon Jazz, waving hi from California, waving hi back from California. Z says, I had an interview with the EDD, but they didn't call me. So sometimes if they don't call you, it's supposed to mean that they have determined that you didn't actually even need the eligibility interview. So that should be a good sign. As long as you were available at your call time, I wouldn't worry too much about that unless for some reason your payments have not been released to you yet. Henry says hi. Hi, Henry. Oops. Oh my goodness, guys. I already lost my place. I really don't know how that's possible. Someone has a bright green profile picture, though. So as I scroll back up, I'll answer their question. This is from Eddie. Edie says, is it better to list work search or opt out of listing them? I would say that it's probably slightly better to go ahead and list those work search activities. That's going to be the most foolproof. But actually, I haven't heard of anybody who has had any problem by listing no, I would prefer to list them in a different manner, having any problems. A lot of people think that that's the problem, but it turns out to be because of quarterly review. So I think it's fine to just keep track in a notebook. But although it's fine to keep track in a notebook, probably the slightly better thing to do would be to go ahead and list it um, on on your UI online account. That might be slightly better. Sorry, like I've been at work all day. I feel like gross today. Anyway, that's always the story on Monday nights, though, isn't it? Okay. Sorry, I'm scrolling and there's like I'm in a weird glare. I don't know. Like my setup, this microphone, it's throwing me. EDD Edgar, I haven't seen you in a while, so good to see you. Can I still get unemployment if I go to school to be a semi truck driver? So, if you list that you're going to school, it definitely flags your account as pending. I think technically what the EDD wants you to do is to like enroll in a training program through them. Um, so yeah, if you went into pending because of telling the EDD that you're going to school, they would definitely flag your account. You would need to have a phone interview, but you would just tell them, "Hey, the schooling is online. I could still accept full-time work." Basically, if there's any reason that you wouldn't be able to accept full-time work, that's when you're gonna have to explain it to the EDD or when you might not qualify for benefits. So if you were in a physical class from 9 AM to 5 PM, then the EDD might potentially say, "Well, hey, you weren't able to accept full-time work," in which case you'd say, "Well, I was perfectly available for shifts from 5 PM to 1 AM." And if you guys think those shifts don't exist, you would be wrong because that's usually actually my shift at the movie theater from about 5 PM till 1 AM. So, yeah, you just have to be able to let the EDD know that you would still be able to accept full-time work, but listing that you go to school would normally cause you to go to pending, so you might wanna find out about the EDD's training programs and see if you can officially, like, do it that way. Casper says, "My benefit year ends July 23rd, but I barely got my 13-week extension. Will I have to reapply for the few weeks remaining?" Possibly. Now, remember that the EDD actually is supposed to look back in the past 18 months and see if you have any wage history, but that's slightly longer than a year. So, a lot of people are still needing to file a new claim. Um, but yes, you potentially would need to. And I would actually I know you just called the EDD, but I would recommend calling them and seeing if you actually need to file a new claim or if you're someone who the extension will be applied automatically on your behalf. Okay. Michael says, I have the option to certify for benefits since I missed a few weeks and I completed them, but it just says certification received after a month. Do you have any tips? Unfortunately, that's going to be a situation where I would recommend calling and or emailing your assembly member because they could often help get those payments pushed through faster. It is good if it says they received the certification, but if you haven't been paid yet, then that's a little bit concerning. Thank you, Scarlett. Thank you for saying that you love the lives. And Henry, can I read one of your comments? Absolutely. I haven't seen it yet, but when I get to it, I will. Or maybe I already got to it. I don't think I read the name Henry, though. Isabel says it's been 4 weeks pending. That is most likely due to quarterly review, which does normally take a phone call to kind of get that resolved, but it should be an easy fix for them. And there is the conditional payments, the Pay Now program, but the EDD actually has till September 30th to get all those paid. So if you've got pending payments longer than 2 weeks, I am going to go ahead and still recommend calling the EDD. Or if you're totally just overcalling the EDD, emailing your assembly member is a good option. This mic looks so weird in the frame. I wish, I don't know. I'll have to play around with the setup. And I don't know. Okay. Grand Flash says Manchin said he was done with unemployment. Yep. And he's one of the moderate Democrats from West Virginia. And he says he will not support it anymore. And that's why, if it were to happen, it would mean because the cases and the hospitalizations were really just over the top, which is something that I don't want to see. So I don't know how we're going to get these politicians to go ahead and understand that unemployment benefits still need to be extended without some other tragedy happening. Like it's really sad. Um I wish we almost lived in West Virginia so we could write to him and it would matter, but I don't think he cares much what us Californians have to say. Maggie says, my friend once again called and spoke to the EDD today about the email that keeps saying they can't backdate because something doesn't match. They told her to try again. She knows she is putting everything right. They wouldn't help. They just told her to double check her information. So that is definitely something that I would reach out to your assembly member on and see if they're able to help you with that. Because, yeah, if she knows that she's done everything right, but the EDD is saying that she hasn't, then definitely emailing your assembly member would probably be the best route to go there. And of course, I've got that linked in the description of the video down below. Hello, Manuel. Hi, Scotty. Oh, Charlie says I look great. Thank you. I do not. I feel. Archie says we just need stimulus checks with reoccurring stimulus checks. Now, I do not think this is going to happen. But there is an idea floating around, a petition to have monthly $2,000 stimulus checks, and that petition has over 3 million signatures. But that would be very unlikely that it would pass, but 3 million signatures is a lot. John says, on my claim, it says the claim starts April 2021 to April 22. You thought it ended September 4th. So in your case, that sounds like you're on a brand new claim, so you would be able to draw down your claim balance until that claim balance hits 0. So that may take you a little bit after September 4th, not too much, but yeah, if you're on a regular new UI claim, and that would show you that under your program type, and again, to find your program type, if you're doing it from your phone, go to your UI online account. There's 3 little blue lines after you log in the right-hand corner. Click those. That brings down a drop-down menu then you're going to select history. From history, you want your most recent payment. Scroll to the right, select transactions, click that blue link, and after you click that, that's where it'll show you your program type. If it says UI, your claim will continue until your balance hits 0. But after September 4th, it will no longer contain the extra $300 a week. Guzman says you spent 3 hours on hold and they closed. I am so sorry about that. And again, if you used Claimer to do the call, they'll dial again for you for free if that happens. But yeah, definitely try calling earlier, and that's terrible. I think my advice used to be, like, to not try calling after 6, but that would mean don't try calling after 5, and maybe make sure that you've called before 4 PM to make sure that you have plenty of time to hold and get through. Henry's oh, you love, watching the videos because you get to be in it. Yeah, it's true. Liz says, I reapplied and received a letter that says the new claim and now amount was lower. I've been pending for about 3 weeks now. How long should I wait to call? I think this has been long enough. Really, anything over, it depends. Like if your claim has been going good with no issues, you know, and you've been pending longer than 72 hours, sometimes 72 hours is when you'd want to call. But if you knew you filed for a new claim, the thing is right now, most of it is due to quarterly review, but after 2 weeks is when I would definitely consider calling. It seems like about time. And if you don't get through and it's been about 3 weeks, that's probably really, really when I'd start considering emailing my assembly member. Jennifer says, so I started working since the schools are open, but I'm on PUA, but it's only part-time. Can I still receive benefits? Potentially. So you need to report your total hours and how much you make. The calculation is the same for both PUA and traditional unemployment. So you're allowed, if you guys come to the lives a lot, you've probably seen this before, but if not, this is how you can calculate how much you can make. So, I'm just going to use an example. Let's say that you make the minimum on PUA. The minimum PUA claim is $167. To find out how much you can make, you're going to multiply that by 1.33. I used to know this offhand, but I don't. So I am going to use my calculator. And let's see here. I look funny when I'm looking at my computer screen doing something else. Okay. Equals what? Okay, something happened there. I didn't click the right thing. 167 times 1.33 equals $222, but and 11 cents. But you need to make at least $1 from the EDD. So you need to subtract $1 from that total. That gives you $221. So if your weekly benefit amount was $167, the most you could earn and still get something from the EDD would be $221. This would just leave you with that $1 from EDD, but because you got the $1 from EDD, then that would allow you to get the extra $300. And that's called the FPUC boost. So that would give you that extra $300. So your total payment arriving from the EDD would be $301. So that's how you do it for any type of claim. Your weekly benefit amount times 1.33, subtract $1, and that's the maximum you can make. There is one exception to that, and that is if you don't make at least $100 in benefits, in earnings, then the EDD doesn't count the first $25 of what you make. They don't count the first 25%, but if your earnings are less than $100, they just don't count the first $25 you make. Okay, so yeah, if you meet those qualifications, if you make at least if you're left with at least $1, then you'd also get the $300 boost, at least through the week ending September 4th. Manuel says, you have the pending till today at noon, and you managed to get in touch with the EDD, and the guy fixed it, transferred me to a specialist, waited 2 hours, but managed to fix it and got paid by 5. That is awesome. I am glad to hear that your claim got fixed. But I'm sorry that you guys' holds time is so long. That really is terrible. D says, how soon will they announce the extension of PUA? I wouldn't hold my breath on that. I just wouldn't. That is not something that they're seriously considering right now. There are those, I made the video. There are those 2 little blurbs that says that it's not off the table, but it's not even just Biden's decision. It's definitely not the EDD's decision. It's mandated by the federal government right now, and most of the Republican states are not going to agree to it, and now 2 of the Democrats aren't gonna agree to it. So, unfortunately, something would really have to drastically change in order for this to get through. So, they may never announce that. Oh, good. Jeffers, have you ever been in one of the other lives, though? Like, you guys let me know if this new mic, does it sound better than my other lives? I guess after this one, what I'll do is I'll watch the video on YouTube and I'll listen to myself, which I normally do anyway, which also seems weird, but yeah, we'll figure out if the sound is better. I certainly don't like the look of this thing. I wonder if there's, like, a way to what do other YouTubers do? They have the whole mic at least, then that looks weird than just the top of it. Um Jermaine says you've been pending for 12 weeks and they say you have to wait for an interview. So that really shouldn't be true. In your case, you should be somebody that is part of the conditional pay now program and they should be paying you. Um, I would email your assembly member and find out if they can help push your payments through faster. Rowena says, until now, you've not received a termination letter or the EDD since April. If you haven't received communication from them that you're expecting, I would email your assembly member. That's one of the easiest ways to get your claim fixed. They often respond in 2 days, 48 hours, and if it's something that they can help you with, it's often like switch to paid in 4 days. So that's a really good option to try and get your claim paid. Oh, Scotty said the sound is way better. And Scotty, I know that you're in here a lot, so that's awesome. Thank you. I'm glad. And I'm glad that I finally got over myself and like let go of my fear and tried out the stupid microphone. It's been in a box for almost a year. Oh good. This is all of you saying that the audio is good. Oops. I see Toya. I lost my place. Dim stole the election says breaking news. EDD. No, I don't think that's true. That would be amazing. I know. I know. Oh, Bison says AMC. Um, I don't know. I don't know about how I feel about that AMC stock climbing that high. I'm lost my place, so I am going to read a few comments as I scroll back up. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. Okay. Chad says, why does Biden say the CDC are the ones to pass rent extensions? After looking into it, CDC has nothing to do with it. So it might be that the CDC is still recommending. I know that they were trying to keep people off the streets, right? Because at least this is my understanding of it. And I could have this way wrong, but my understanding was that they were worried that people really would be homeless. And oftentimes, if you're homeless, you want to feel safe. So you find other homeless people that will kind of like look out for you. And then you're in close conditions. You might not be able to shower properly or wash your hands properly. It's not going to be as hygienic. You're going to have more trouble keeping up with like the hand washing, which is still like pretty much like one of the number one things that the CDC says to do. And so if you're out there on the streets, you don't have access to bathrooms and running water and things like that, then that's going to make the spread of the virus even worse, I guess. That's my understanding. So maybe on the recommendation of the CDC, they're keeping the eviction ban in place. I'm not really sure, but either way, it's a good sign that they're doing that. Nancy, thank you for saying I'm looking great. Uh, Jay Diamond says it's very silver looking. Yes, it is. It's silver. Um, Thank you. Will Corn Pop pass another extension? Dims behave. Okay, Timothy says I'm on my extension tier 2. Does that mean that I won't receive any more payments? It means if your balance just hit 0, they actually will reload it with actually they're probably going to reload it with 29 weeks of funds. You will not have access to all 29 weeks of funds. Your funds will last you through the week ending September 4th, and then yes, these programs are set to expire that date. DeWitt, so they're talking about They're very, very loosely. Some people are talking about the possibility that the White House hasn't taken it off the table, that there might be talks of an unemployment extension. But right now, it does not look like that's happening. 2 Democrats have even said they're not on board, which means that it would be very hard to pass. I did put that in the headline because I think a lot of people wanna know that, so I wanted to talk about it on tonight's live. Um, but yeah, so far nothing. Dim stole the election said, I was put on a Fed Ed extension on Christmas. That expired. You're on PEUC. No issues till September 4th. If Fed Ed goes on past September 4th, could I be eligible? And do you think EDD will be extended? The EDD is actually even saying that Fed Ed is probably not even going to be an option starting the week of September 4th. So they're thinking that the unemployment rate that they use is going to be low enough that Fed Ed won't be an option. Um, if for some reason it was, yes, if our unemployment rate, the one that the EDD uses, is high enough, then yes, I think you would be able to get additional weeks. Wait, actually, hold on. You can actually only sorry, let me take all of that back. You can only get Fed Ed once on a claim. So if you're on the extension right now and you already used all the weeks of Fed Ed, you would not be able to get more Fed Ed. So you would need something to pass in the stimulus bill or something to pass separately that actually fully extended unemployment benefits. Sorry for any confusion there. Rowena says, I don't know who my assembly member is. This is the first time I'm claiming and pending since May, June, and July. So in every video, if you use like the little drop down menu right underneath the like button, which you guys should all totally hit, there's like a little down arrow. Press that down arrow. It will bring up the full description of the video. And from there, there's a link. I want to say it's findyourrep.legislature.ca.gov. And it's got a pop-up that it's not like a reliable website, but that's the website. Um, and from there, you're going to type in your zip code and you would be able to find out who your rep is. Thank you, Eva. I am going to read. Oh, Scotty, thank you so much for the donation, for supporting the channel. I really appreciate all of you guys and just really wish you guys the best. I also have something really cute to share. I'm sorry, because my mom got new hearing aids from the VA, the Veterans Hospital, and she found out, like, she always pushes it in here, right in that part of her ear, but she just realized that she's supposed to kind of click them in up higher. And she told me this is the cutest because the lives, when she watches them, they don't have the subtitles right away because they don't have time to. Like, she can kind of read the subtitles, although her eyes aren't that good. But she said since she got her hearing aids, she was like, for yesterday, she's like, I could actually hear your live today. It was so cute. Like, I almost cried. But I love her and thought I would share that little anecdote with you guys. Big Katie Porter vibe. Somebody told me about her before and I looked her up. I'm gonna look her up again. I feel like she was like not somebody I should look up while I'm on the live though. But yeah, I have a little whiteboard here to help with that kind of stuff. Okay. Tony says, love the new mic and glasses. That you're thankful and stay safe, friend. Well, thank you. Same to you. Shelly's gazillions. I wish. I don't think that's a real amount of money though, so maybe I don't wish for gazillions. Okay. The Villa King says, thanks for all the help. You literally could not have gone through all these hoops without me and Jenny, and God bless us both. Thank you so much. And I know Michael wants us to do another collaboration soon, and I promise you guys that is coming, but I do not know when. Maybe in November. She has another project that she's working on that's going to take her. It's a YouTube project though. She's not going anywhere. Neither one of us are going anywhere after this pandemic. I will start to talk about finance, and I think Jenny's going to stay in like small business and maybe some news and some other things. Okay. Uh-oh. Jennifer says I missed her question, so I'm going to scroll up. I did lose my place several times already, which happens sometimes. Oh no. And Mary says 16 weeks now pending. EDD is not giving me much information, but saying I need to wait for my appointment. See, that's exactly what the conditional payment, the Pay Now program was supposed to be for. The only time, if you've got that many weeks pending, that it wouldn't necessarily take care of it is if you actually are in the process of an appeal. Now, an appeal, if you have started the appeal process, the appeals are also running really far behind schedule. Those are taking about 6 months right now. Man, I must have missed a lot of comments. Okay. I bumped this stupid, it's like a wireless mouse and I bumped it and I lost my place. I do apologize for that though, you guys. Um Archie says don't tell them you're going to school. I always encourage you guys to be honest. If they find out that you have not told the truth, what is that? The false statement penalty. Not only could they deny your benefits, but they could penalize you. They can penalize you from receiving them again in the future. So I recommend being honest. Sean says, all is good with your benefits. You just want to listen in. And yes, you should do stimulus updates, 10 to 15 minutes. We trust you. Keep it going. The thing is, like, sometimes this breaking information comes out while I'm at work. Like, I should probably make an update to the will unemployment benefits be extended video. But because I've been working kind of nonstop since I made that video, I haven't even had time to update that about the 2 Democrats that are saying they won't support it. And I don't want to overwhelm you guys with videos. I don't want you guys to grow tired of me. And when I do put out a video, I want it to be because it's something really important, not the back and forth like maybe information. Like when I do an actual like sit down video, I want you guys to be like, "Oh my god, I should probably watch this because it most likely contains like actual solid information, not just possibilities." The other video was possibilities because that was starting to come up all the time in the comments. Well, I think they're going to extend it. I think they're going to extend it. Do you think we're going to extend it? And that was the first time that there was any hope, any inkling even that any of the politicians even might have that on their radar. Because, like I said at the beginning of that video, all of the other headlines have been like, there was even one today, I was just reading before I got in, like 7.5 million people set to lose benefits on September 4th. Most of the headlines say that. So those few headlines that said anything outside of that, at least it's a glimmer of hope, right? But that's all it is right now is a glimmer of hope. Nothing factual. Anyway, Rowena's saying that they disqualified you for no reason. Really email your assembly member on that. That's going to be your best bet to get help on that. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is the sound comments. Okay, I'm glad that it's really clear. Should I use this on the regular videos too? I have another, this guy plugs into my cell phone. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if you guys care. But that is what I plug into my cell phones. But for the lives, I've just been using like the in-computer mic. And I told myself yesterday, I was like, I'm gonna figure out how to use this mic. I'm gonna stop being afraid of it. And literally the video was like, you plug it in. I'm good with money, not technology. All right. And apparently I'm also good at figuring out what the heck the EDD means when they send out their cryptic information. Okay, Marcos says, thank you for my help. You are very welcome. Sleaze says, I've been paid for the months and weeks after getting through, but you had weeks from April because I was on a different claim. I was told I was getting it switched over. Am I still going to receive those weeks? You should, and you should continue to fight for those weeks. Something, again, I, and I apologize for this. I wish that I could do more. An assembly member is probably going to be your best bet on getting that sorted out. And I do prefer emailing them over another method of contacting them. That way you have a written trail of what you said to them, what date you sent it, and what their response was. But I think they'd have an easier time untangling that than you would with taking a risk on whether you're going to get a good rep or a bad rep when you call. But yeah, they owe you that money. They should eventually pay you that money. And it sucks that they have not already paid you that money. Oh, so what I'm apologizing for is that I can't actually fix your claims. I might be able to tell you why. I might be able to guide you on should you wait? Is it something to worry about? Like some things that you don't need to worry about are when your claim balance hits 0. Sometimes, most of the time, the EDD automatically rolls you over onto the next extension and you don't have to do anything. So, most of the time, you don't have to worry about that. But if you've been pending for 2 weeks or you're missing your certification button, then you need to call. So, and I don't like saying that, but unfortunately, I don't have the ability to fix your claims. So, all I can do is tell you how and what you need to do. And most of the time, it's either call or email your assembly member. See, it's comments like this that made me make that video. Eric's saying they have to extend it because of the new variant. A lot of people feel that way. TRL says you got paid for 1 week, 7/31 period week ending. We're not at 7. Oh, wait, we are. Oh my God, we are in August. Okay, so if you got paid for 1 week, is the other week pending or does the other week say NA? If the second week says NA, that's usually because you didn't have enough funds to take you onto the next program, or it's because your benefit year ended and you actually do need to file a new claim. So if 1 week's paid and the second week says NA, it's usually 1 week's in your benefit year, the second week's not, or you only had enough funds on your claim to carry you through for 1 week. And so you're going to certify again the very next week as they put you on to a different extension. Okay, you guys, since I lost my place so bad, please don't hate this. Just visiting. Thank you for the little sticker. Since I lost my place really bad, I think I'm just going to go ahead and start at the bottom and just I'll scroll up a little bit, but just go ahead. And if I have not read your comment, I'm going to go down to the 933 mark with Mystic Wisdom Tarot. But if you asked your question before that and I missed you, go ahead and ask it again. Okay, so Mystic Wisdom says, can someone take Chad off the chat? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What is Chad's agenda? I'm at least gonna put Chad on a timeout while I figure out what's going on there. Okay. Valerie says, bless girly, you have another one pending, you're still new to this. Yeah, sometimes they continuously like go to pending. What was Chad doing? All right. I'm just gonna answer questions. Um Oh, Ray, you sent a super chat. Did I miss it? Diamond Pikachu, thank you for the sticker. Ray, you did. Okay, you have a REC appointment coming up. Any tips? Ray, you're going to be mad because I don't have any tips on that. I don't think it's anything to worry about. I'll write that down on my list of things to do. I do need to look into that a little bit. Let me try and Google it really, really quick. Thank you for the donation. REC. EDD. Okay. During your REC appointment, you will have the opportunity to discuss your work search efforts, receive information on appropriate employment services available to you. It almost looks like during the REC interview that they are going to like help give you tips on how to find work, which would possibly be a good thing. Yeah. It doesn't seem to be anything to worry about though. So, yeah. Oh, it does say be careful of your honesty. All right, let's see. Oh, no, that says you better. No, that's just if you miss an in-person interview. Whatever they ask you, make sure to say, oh, like it was due to COVID-19 that I got let go. Okay. Oh, Polly says nice glasses. I got these off the clearance rack and they're actually broken. Like, look how wide they go if I take them off like this. We've talked enough about my hair and everything. Diamond Pikachu's from San Francisco. Let's see here. Thank you for saying to have a wonderful night. Uh, Thank you, Ray. Okay, Timothy says, again, if I'm on my extension tier 2 and they're ending checks after August 8th, does that mean I won't receive any more checks until September 4th? So, no. Most of you guys are not on Fed Ed claims. I promise. It is there were 47,000 people on Fed Ed claims, which is a lot, but it's a drop in the bucket compared to how many people are actually on unemployment here in the state of California. The dog that made a special appearance in my other video is barking again, so new mic's probably gonna pick up that. Um, so hold on, I lost my train of thought because the dog's barking. You guys are so since Fed Ed is not the program that most of us are on, you're gonna be able to certify every 2 weeks. Additionally, something that I keep getting asked, I gotta bring up my calendar here. People are like, "Oh, well, if benefits end September 4th, does that mean that we actually don't get paid after the week ending August 28th?" And no, that is not the case. You will get paid for the week ending September 4th as long as you're eligible. Um, and you guys, you know how there's like a great most of us certify on Sunday, like as soon as the certification pops up. But there are some people, like my boss and a couple of my employees, who they don't go on Sunday. They go on when they remember. I remembered every single Sunday. I think most of us remember every single Sunday, but there's some people that are like, oh yeah, I gotta go on and certify. And it's like several days later, a week and a half later. So even if it's a week and a half later when you go on to certify, but you're certifying for the week ending September 4th. So whenever you go on and certify for the week ending September 4th, that's when you would be able to get paid for that. So it's not like September 5th is going to roll around and all of a sudden you just can't get paid anymore. The same is true if you have pending weeks of unemployment. If you have pending weeks that the EDD has not paid you and it's September 5th, it's not like, oh my God, you're never getting those. You should eventually get those. And even the conditional payment pay now program, they have until September 30th to get that all worked out. And that's well after all these programs expire. The one thing that I don't know yet is that you guys want to know is because we're not all on the same certification cycle. So some of you, your normal date to certify will be Sunday, September 5th. But for others of you, your normal date to certify would probably be Sunday, September 12th. So what I don't know yet, I won't know unless they publish it in an EDD news release or unless you guys tell me on September 5th. I don't know if everybody on all these programs, if we're all going to certify on September 5th. I actually kind of hope not because that would probably cause the computer programs to crash. Um, or if we'll certify on September 12th, if that was your regular day, but only get paid for the week ending September 4th. That I don't know yet. Hopefully they will address that in an EDD news release. Okay. Manor says, I'm in New York and last year got unemployment. Am I still eligible for child? I lost the second part of your question. Thank you, Lord Yaka. Just visiting said a friend got a notice that benefits would be extended 29 weeks. Will benefits end then and any other money be forfeited? They are on extension tier 2. Yes. So the letters are standardized. So your letter, if your claim balance is just now hitting 0, you might get a letter that says the 13-week extension, the 11-week PEUC extension, or the 29-week extension. And since all that's kind of automated, they're going to load up your claim balance with enough to cover that many weeks. But you're not actually going to have access to those funds. They would be forfeited and I guess returned to the government after September 4th. So for any weeks after September 4th, you're not going to have access to your claim balance. Something else that somebody else asks me, not somebody else, a couple of somebody else's, quite a few people have asked me is, well, how do I get my claim balance? Unfortunately, you can't. There's not a way to access any balance after September 4th if you're PUA, PEUC, extension tier 2, extension tier 2 augmentation. PUA claims also are sometimes listed as disaster assistance or DUA. All of those programs end September 4th, and any claim balance left will be forfeited. So that's no good. LA says, I'm still pending since 7/4. I've tried everything to contact them. What can I do? How do I go from pending to paid? Please help. LA, are you able to do the call with Claimer? Because that would get you through. Try early in the morning. If you use the link, it's $14.99. If you're not able to afford that, email your assembly member. And I've got the link in the video on how to email your assembly member because that really should be an easy fix. Patricia Cruz says, Jen said Biden doesn't know yet if benefits will end yet. No determination yet. But it's not just up to Biden. What they said is it's not off the table. So that means, what that means to me, so Biden can't just decide like, oh yeah, I want to extend it and it just happens. It would need that. If he wanted to try and do it like that, it would need to pass by reconciliation. To pass by reconciliation, it would need the support of all the Democratic senators, and there are at least 2 Democratic senators that have already said that they do not plan on supporting that. So unfortunately, I think the only way that unemployment benefits would get extended is if we weren't really bad in the other direction with the pandemic, which is something that I don't want to see. So it's, I don't want to say that I don't want unemployment benefits to get extended. I don't want the pandemic getting bad be what it needs to take for our politicians to understand that we need unemployment benefits to be extended. Oh dear. Bison American says California has a firefighter shortage. Hint, hint. So we need fire shortages. We need fire shortages. That's true. We need less fires, and more firefighters. LA says, do I have any information on pending federal income tax? I don't. The pandemic is getting bad again. It is. It really is. Joseph says, last time you certified, I was only paid for 1 week, and the second week said NA. An extension was filed automatically. But will I be able to certify for the NA week next time I certify? Yes, you should. So actually, I wouldn't be surprised since you've already got the letter about the next extension. Go online right now, check your UI online account. You might, even if you just certified yesterday, I had to stop and think about if yesterday was Sunday. Even if you just certified yesterday, you might actually be able to certify again this coming Sunday. And when you certify for this coming Sunday, you would certify for that in a week and the week that ends Saturday. I feel like that didn't make sense. But yes, you should be able to get paid for that in a week. It should be included the next time you certify for benefits, and you may even see that your certification cycle has changed. Bad Grandpa says, uh-oh, I missed your question. It wasn't important you're here because I'm your therapist and my voice is soothing. Well, thank you. I feel actually like a little hoarse and raspy. And of course, I didn't bring my water in here with me. The bottle's still in my car from yesterday. I wonder if it's still cold. That would be a good test. Timothy says, but what about the programs that's supposed to end August 8th? You guys, there's maybe one of you in the stream right now. There's over 200 of you. I don't even think it's that many. It is very, 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 very few claims that are truly a Fed Ed claim. So to find out, you're going to log on to your UI online account from your phone. It's those 3 blue lines. After the 3 blue lines gives you drop down menu, click history. From there, scroll to the right, click transactions on your most recent payment. And then there it will show you your program type. Your program type would need to say Fed Ed. If it says anything else other than Fed Ed, you're good all the way through to September 4th. And it's 47,000 claims. But I want to say that there's like 13 million unemployment claims or something like that. It is a whole lot of unemployment claims in California. So 47,000 is like a tiny, tiny it's significant to those people who it impacts. So if that truly is your situation, I am sorry for you, but the ED even if your Fed Ed and your benefits ended on August 8th, it should be okay. The EDD is supposed to automatically enroll you in the PEUC program. Now, do I the ED I don't feel like if you call them, I don't feel like they're gonna know that. That is how it's supposed to work. So hopefully that will happen. Uh-oh. Lord Yaka. Um don't make me mute you. Okay. Yvette says, you're on tier 2 augmentation. You never got Fed Ed. That's what I'm supposed to be transitioning to. Will that come to an end? Extension. So tier 2 augmentation ends September 4th, even if you have a claim balance, and you won't be able to access that claim balance anymore. From there, the EDD is saying that they don't think Fed Ed will be an option after September 4th, meaning the way the EDD calculates our unemployment rate, they don't think that will qualify us for that program. So our unemployment rate needs to meet a certain threshold, and it's a certain way of calculating that certain threshold. And the EDD is saying that they don't think we're going to meet that. So they're estimating that the Fed Ed program will not be available after September 4th. It is an estimate, though. I suppose that could change, but I read another article and I have not had time to make a video on that. And it showed some charts, and those charts did not look promising. So, based off, I made a video almost a whole month ago now, and I was like, I think our unemployment rate is going to be high enough that Fed Ed would be an option. But now that I've looked at a different report and I've seen the way that they're calculating our unemployment rate, I agree right now with the EDD's estimate that that program's not going to be available anymore. Oh, happy day. Uh-oh, says Tony needs to get a hold of somebody at the EDD. Takes a phone call for them and some data entry to fix it. Yeah, a lot of times the EDD is calling them is the best way to get a problem fixed. And that's why I keep linking Claimer, because that's one of the easiest ways to actually guarantee you can talk to somebody. Isaac says, I've been pending ever since we got the conditional payment. Should I call the EDD or let it be till I get my interview? That's the thing that I was worried about. I forgot I have a video I need to edit for tomorrow. Really, your payments shouldn't be pending after you got your conditional payment. But keep in mind that the flag hasn't been removed off your account yet that caused it to be pending in the first place. I don't like to wait for money. I can be patient in some ways. Like if I'm explaining something, I feel like I hope I've been patient when explaining to you guys about your EDD benefits. But if I'm waiting for money, I'm not patient. Like if I know I'm getting paid, I'm refreshing my account every 10 minutes. Has it hit yet? Has it hit yet? If I'm waiting for an eBay payment, I'm checking PayPal. Have they sent it? Have they sent it? I'm not very patient. I would probably call the EDD to get paid. Especially because like I don't trust them. They've broken our trust throughout this whole process. So I wouldn't want to wait get any longer. I feel like get it sorted out quicker. I do sometimes tell you guys to wait 72 hours though. Like some things are normal and some things they're not worth the stress of calling. Uh, but yeah, if you had conditional payments released and then Sunday you certified and you're pending again, maybe give it to Wednesday. Make sure it doesn't clear up on its own. I could be patient that long, but after Wednesday, then I would call the EDD. Blessed girly, thank you for helping to answer people. I don't think I've ever noticed you in chat, but it looks like you are giving good information. Uh-oh, what's going on with Chad? Chad's been unbanned. I think a lot of businesses are closing in California. I don't know what he said earlier, though, because you guys were not thrilled with him earlier. Yeah, a lot of times call the EDD. I feel like there's like a loud, like when I do this, I don't know. I feel like that's in my video sometimes. Alex says 10.1 million jobs available according to the U.S. Labor Department. Yeah, but those jobs aren't necessarily in California. Those jobs there was I went live on TikTok the other day and there was a woman and she told me she was a dental hygienist. And I will say this. She said she used to make $28 an hour. So if you had a job making $28 an hour, it would be very hard to now only make $15 an hour. That's almost half of what you were earning before. It would be very hard to maybe meet your financial obligations. She's hoping that she doesn't have to take an entry level job because she's not sure how she would pay her bills if that happens. Um, and I did hear, like, a dental hygienist, that's a pretty specific field. It should be a very necessary field. But and I will say this for myself. Um, I normally my teeth are gross, guys. I get cavities really easy. So I normally go to the dentist 3 times a year to get my teeth cleaned versus like the normal twice a year you're supposed to go. And I'm pretty diligent about going because if I don't, I get really bad cavities. I went once in 2020, partially because I lost my health insurance at the end of 2020. And at the beginning of 2020, I didn't want, like, I've known my dentist, I've had him since I was 20. So I guess I've known my dentist 23 years. I'm very loyal. Um, but I didn't want someone else's hands in my mouth. I know I trust my dentist. I believe he's sanitary. I'm sure he's changing gloves. I didn't want to be breathing the same I don't wanna breathe the mask air because my mom is old and I wanted to keep her safe. Like, I didn't go to the dentist. People getting dental work done decreased during the pandemic, so they might not still be hiring. They may not be back at pre-pandemic late levels. So, yes, 10.1 million jobs I'm sure are available, but are they in California? Are they the same level job that they had before? And then are they full-time? Are they part-time? Like, there's so many variables, which is why I do suggest, though, like, wholeheartedly looking for work right now so that hopefully you aren't caught taking a job that you don't really want. Floss my teeth. I know. I know. It's bad. Um, it's hereditary. Well, my mom's teeth. We're not gonna talk about her teeth. Anyway. Trust is why are hospitals and other businesses firing employees for not taking the vaccine? Is that legal? It is. It is legal. From what I've read, they are allowed to do that. Anthony said you made $28 an hour driving a cement mixer. You can't go back to work making 15. I think that's the first time I've learned that you were a cement mixer. I've known you this whole time. That's the first time I've learned that. Or not, you weren't a cement mixer. You drove a truck that did cement mixing. Um, I thought that the construction was up. They're not hiring again where you used to work? And Alex, you are welcome. I didn't see Manuel's comment. Mike says, I got an award letter till 2022. Does that mean I get an extension after September 4th? Not necessarily. Mike, did you get any other letters? A lot of people, everybody that filed a new claim actually got an award letter. I got an award letter, but I do not qualify for a new claim because I also got the 1277 determination of invalid claim letter. So if you got that letter, that supersedes the benefit award letter and you're not going to qualify for a new claim. So be really careful with that award letter. I am concerned that a lot of people got those and they think they're going to qualify for a new claim and they might not. One good way to tell, Mike, how long ago did you do this? If you, because if you qualified for the new claim, you might already be on that new claim. So if you guys have a date of in 2022, it's most likely going to be in 2022. Most of our benefit years ended between March and now. So if you filed your new claim March 2021 and you were approved for a new claim, your claim would go till March of 2022. So if you have an end date sometime in 2022, then yes, you can draw down your balance all the way down to zero. course, after September 4th, it will not contain the extra $300 weekly boost. The other situation, and this is actually Bad Grandpa's situation, is if you got the DNCP notice. That is a delayed new claim payment notice. So you got your award letter, but your weekly benefit amount decreased by more than $25. Then the EDD kept you on your existing claim at the higher weekly benefit amount, added the extensions to that. Then after that, your new claim would start, but at the lower weekly benefit amount. Oh, you did it in July. Yeah. Yeah, so that's possible. If you have a new claim and it doesn't say on extension, it says a date in 2022, then yes, you would stay on your claim until that balance hits 0. Joseph says, "I'll ask for work in this chat. Would the EDD accept that as a work search requirement?" Yes, it would. But what kind of work did you do, Joseph? Maybe actually someone has something. Um, all right, Make Hay, I will scroll back up. Sometimes, guys, I'm not good at scrolling back up and finding questions. But Make Hay, I will look for yours. Yeah, letting friends, we're all friends here, right? So you just let a friend know you're looking for work that does fulfill a work search requirement. But guys, I understand that there's lots of situations why someone might not be able to look for work right now, but like childcare for sure is one of them. Um, Being immunocompromised might be another reason, but for the most part with these benefits expiring, I would look really hard for work. I would try and find a really good job so that you don't have to settle for one that you're not going to be happy with or that's not going to pay you what you're worth. But yes, that counts as work search. And unfortunately, I am not hiring right now. I would love to get to the point where I am about to be able to hire, but I'm not there yet. Okay, Make, I found your question. Which your question is PUA during school summer break. Does childcare option count for EDD? I know kids are on vacation, but in order for me to go to work or find a job, I need childcare and I can't afford that right now. So you have I the EDD would have to determine that. Generally, no. Um they're generally no, it wouldn't. Generally it would need to be like a COVID related reason that you didn't qualify for work, um, or that you're not able to work in order to get those benefits. So I would be very careful um about how you list that, but you also are supposed to be truthful. But do you have a friend? Maybe the friend needs work. Maybe they could do it at a discount. Maybe I'm not sure what the qualifications are to start a childcare center. Like a lot of people do that out of their homes. Um, but yeah, I don't know either. I don't know for sure. Um, I- but I remember when they were doing the phone determination interviews, a lot of people were actually saying that after they had their phone determination interview, if they said it was due to lack of childcare, they were actually being told that they were ineligible versus if your child's school is closed because they haven't reopened because of the pandemic, then that would be a valid reason. So the EDD takes it on a case by case basis. So just be cautious with that. All right. Oh, Happy Day says Shannon is a scammer. Okay. Da, 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 da. Hold on. Uh-oh. Shoot. I think I hit the wrong option. Hold on. Okay. I need to block Shannon probably totally. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, be careful of scammers, you guys. I even have had people steal my entire videos. All right, it is and I've been doing this for an hour and 4 minutes and I'm tired. Uh-oh. No, I don't think Shannon works for the EDD. Although I did have somebody on TikTok that told me that they worked for the EDD. I hope I didn't just block somebody that was real. But if anybody is asking for your personal information in my chat, don't give it to them. over on TikTok, I had an EDD rep message me, but she just gave me tips for like she said her tips are good. And then she even fine-tuned my tips. She's the one that told me to call between 2:30 and 4. So something like that is good information. Anybody asking you guys for your personal information is not real. Oh, and by the way, guys, follow me on TikTok. I've got some funny stuff in addition. Like I'm trying to do 60-second EDD content, which is weird and difficult because everything's so complicated with it. But I also have some like weird stuff like I show pictures of myself when I'm a kid and I had curtain. Anyway, whatever. Follow me on TikTok. I think I'm just Shelly's Millions. I think it'll come up. Uh-oh. Did I not? Hang on, let me see if I need to go to work. For those of you that missed this, a fire alarm went off on my work. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's just saying it's awful and I need to put more people on the schedule. Okay. Yeah, we need to bring people back. All right. Anyway, I'm going to do 2 more questions and then I'm going to call my coworker and see if I need to go back to work. Okay. Mystic Wisdom Tarot, who's been here this whole time. Thank you for watching this whole time. Says, why is my end date 3/22 and my benefit amount only $2,500? Okay, so this is a really good question. So you had to file a new claim in March of 2021, and that means that's when you qualified for that new claim. So usually if you're drawing down your full weekly benefit amount every week, unemployment benefits only last 26 weeks. So they only last about half a year. So the number of weeks on your claim are only going to take you to about sometime in September. It's going to be right around the same time that your claim hits 0, that benefits are ending for everyone else. So yeah, you're on the new claim, but your 26 weeks are going to be up right around September as well, it sounds like. But yeah, you'll be able to you might be able to go a little bit past September 4th. I don't know exactly when your benefit date ends or what your weekly benefit amount is, but at least in your case, you will be able to draw down the balance until it completely hits 0. But you won't be able to file a new claim until after March of 2022. Okay. Yeah, Manchin did say, and there's another senator, I believe, that said that they weren't on board either. I want to say the one from Arizona, and her name sounds like Shelly, but it's not spelled like that. Mystic, you're welcome. I know that's probably not the answer that you want to hear. Nora, wait, what link above that is legit? I have a link to Claimer pinned as the very top comment. So that's my link. It is an affiliate link, so I get a bonus if you guys use that link. If somebody, hopefully nobody else is like dropping links in my chat, especially if they're like not valid links. Uh-oh, Kristen. Oh yeah, Cinema. Kristen Cinema. Doesn't sound like Shelly. Kristen Cinema from Arizona, right? She also is saying that she will not sign off. Hi, Michael. Peace and rainbows. Kristen Cinema. So Kristen Cinema is saying that she will not sign off on an unemployment extension, as well as Steve Manchin, Chuck Manchin. I get all their names confused. This is also why I shouldn't do daily stimulus updates. I guess I would learn. Okay. Okay, Top Star General. Go ahead and post your question. I will take a couple more and then I've got to go help at my job. Okay, good night, good night to those of you that have to go. Please like the video before you take off, Joe Manchin. Okay. Where is Top Star General's question? Oh, Rasar, I haven't seen you in here. You feel like many people are doomed. I don't want you guys to feel like that. I want to try and make you guys feel hopeful. I want you guys to know that I believe in you. I believe that you can pivot into different industries. I believe that even though we're in a hard place right now and that we might be afraid of what the future holds, I do kind of think things happen for a reason, and I don't know what those reasons are, and maybe that's cheesy or whatever to like up head in the clouds. Um, but it's gotta be for a reason, right? I don't know. Anyway, I believe in you guys, and I believe that you guys can get good jobs. I believe that you guys can get better jobs. I believe that you guys can transition. I don't believe that it's too late. I don't believe it's too late to reach your financial goals. I don't believe it's too late to better yourselves. Um, and that's not to say that I don't think it will be hard or that it's gonna get be rough, right? Like I'm not an idiot, but try and spin it in a positive way. Try and see how you can make a change because I think that's really what's going to get us through this is we're going to have to be creative too, like because it is going to be tough. Okay. Hmm. You know what? Oh, Manuel, I love when people use the custom emojis. I had little custom emojis made for the channel. Nobody ever uses them. It's only available if you're an actual channel member, and channel membership's like $1.99. But you guys aren't going to need to be a member because after September 4th, some of this is not going to be available. What is a timesheet? Timesheet's usually just like what you fill out with your employer to document the hours you've worked. Nora says, I've been pending and not letting me certify, and I need to pay my rent. I don't want to get kicked out of my house because it's the EDD's fault. Communicate with your landlord, see if you can qualify for rental assistance. Doo, 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 doo. And email your assembly member. I have the link in the video description down below. Email them, let them know you're experiencing financial hardship, and is there anything that they can do to help get you paid faster? All right. Uh, Good night to a lot of you. Yeah, Vanessa's saying it's not very likely. Okay, Top Star General, I see your comment now, so I'm gonna ask it, and that's got to be the last one because I think I got to get my tush back to work. Top Star General says, why hasn't my FedEd expired when I got a conditional payment and on the new Tier 2 PEUC? What will happen next? Why hasn't my claim renewed fully? Well, it sounds like, okay, so you probably aren't on FedEd because Tier 2 is a different program type. So FedEd is its own program type. So if it says Tier 2, that means you're on the PEUC extension, not a FedEd claim. So since they released payments to you conditionally, you should be able to certify and get your next payments as well. It's supposed to be without problems, but some people are getting the conditional payments released and then getting stuck in pending right away again. It's probably because the original thing that caused your account to get stuck in pending, that flag hasn't come off the account yet. So you should be able to certify and get benefits and through the week ending September 4th. But you're asking why hasn't your claim renewed fully? Do you mean like why were they conditional payments? That's usually because they're really backed up on those phone determination interviews by about 14 weeks. So they just release the payments conditionally so that you can have some money while they're waiting to do the phone interview. Guys, let me also say that before I pop off. Even if benefits end and you guys go back to work, if you were pending and you had an eligibility issue and they released your payments conditionally, since the EDD is backed up over 3 months, that could take us into what? September, October, November, December? Please make sure that you're still answering calls from the EDD, that you do your phone interview when they eventually get around to it. All right, you guys. Oh, Michael, thank you for the donation, but I think I have to go. Help at work. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you next time.